Good morning, campers. Welcome back to Train Simulator 2015. Today we are on the freshly updated Isle of Wight route in our old London Underground train. Let's get the wipers on first. It's got the lovely weather effects that look fantastic on an old route like this. Pick up passengers from every stop on the line except Smallbrook. Right. Now, I'm not even going to pretend to know what the signaling standards are in the United Kingdom, so I will probably be missing certain signals throughout the entire trip here. Though I will, I don't remember if there are any crossings on this route at all. This looks very nice now. This is one of the oldest routes for Train Simulator 2015. Originally released, I believe, for Train Simulator, or it was Railworks 2 at the time, or possibly Railworks 1. This is definitely an oldie. But this is a delightful little route, especially with Quick Drive. I believe it's Quick Drive enabled now. It's a fun one especially to wet your feet on making scenarios, because it's pretty easy to work with. It's not a very long route. It's got these lovely little parts where you can switch onto an unpowered section of track. That's for the steam locomotive. It's got the ride pier head, which just looks really cool no matter which version of the game you're playing on. I don't know why I suppose that the crossing signal is the same. It's probably not. I don't rightly know what the crossing signal is in the United Kingdom. Coming up on a stop. How many cars do I have? Just two. Alright, cool. Let's see how I did as far as the stop went. Okay, only the doors on the second coach opened, so I pulled a little too far forward. Not terrible. I think that's a great stop right at the end of the platform like that, but apparently it's a little too far forward for the locomotive. So my doors didn't open on the front car. One of these is my brake. That one. Alright. I was going to accelerate right up to 45, but it looks like we'll be dropping to 15 in less than half a mile. So let's just do about 30, I think. Is there really no intermediate step between 50 and 100? Interesting. Very interesting. like the field of view in this one's a tiny bit cramped. Oh, we are accelerating a little too hard here. Let's pull back on that just a bit. And will we be going left or right here? Because I believe this route is double tracked from here. It's just those last two stations where it's single tracked. As this line does run trains in both directions, they just can't pass each other until they get it, until they're at least on the third station on the line. I think the rain stopped, but I'm not sure. Looks like it stopped. And there goes the opposite train heading the other direction, back up the line where I just came from now that I've cleared it. And time for me to pick up passengers. So isn't this just such an adorable little route? I mean, this one's been updated quite nicely. It looks very good in the modern engine. I love it. This is just such a fun old route to play. The scenario we're playing at the moment is, I believe, called Shanklin Sunrise, which is just a single direction, full length of the route, not counting the steam route over on our left here. That is unpowered. But full run of the electrified route. Really? Oh, right. I'm still in the 15-mile-an-hour zone. I was accelerating up to the 45 speed limit I saw there. Oops. That is going to hurt my score, should I get scored. I don't think I get scored. This is just a standard scenario. Alright, we are fully in the 45-mile-an-hour section. Alright, let's get this thing rolling. 30. 1, 2. Alright, still speeding up pretty quickly here. Let's get some brakes on that to slow down our acceleration a tiny bit, since I have no throttle going and I'm still going faster. We are headed downhill now. Alright, I think I've got this under control still. Quaint countryside here, looking very nice. Look at this! Just look! Look how lovely this looks! I love this route. I'm going to say that a million times in this video. I love it. Alright, just over a third of a mile to the a 20-mile-an-hour zone for the bratting stop. Braiding, bratting, bratting. Cheese sticks. Bratting to the bratting stop. And we will be stopping there for to pick up some more passengers. I think this scenario just hits every single stop along the way here. I do not know for sure, though. accidentally throwing it into emergency braking when I'm trying to stop. So not the best way to bring your train to a halt. There's a driver even in the back cab. Which, okay, I guess they'd probably put someone in each end, maybe. I don't really know. Still 20 miles an hour, as you can see. Does this have a bell? I don't think this train has a bell. It's also a very good route when you're just learning how to play the game. You can usually get it really cheap. I think even the standard price for this now is less than $10. It's great for a beginner to controlling the trains in this game. You got just basic forward, back controls, one brake to worry about, and the throttle, as you can see, only has 3 steps. And as you can see, the crossings are little dinky dirt roads and you don't have to worry about running anyone over. Not that you can run anyone over in the other games, but still. It's a little bit lower stress than maybe the Miami to West Palm Beach route that I was on the last 2 videos I did. Oops. That's the one I was looking for. Just getting on the brakes a tiny bit here because there is a very small section of 30-mile-an-hour track up ahead. Nothing to really worry about. It's probably a switch we have to just kind of coast through. Passing track maybe. Or possibly the one station on the line that we're not going to be stopping at. Also, the rain is beginning to start again. Just a quarter mile to go to the 30-mile-an-hour section, slowing down nicely. Yeah, I think this is this is the station that shares a stop with the steam line, which is right on the other side of this wall. You can see the signals for that side there. Still the old semaphores, which is a really cool touch, I think. Not that I know how to read the old semaphores, but still, I assume the lights are red, yellow, green, just like the rest of the route. And back up to 45. We do have a stop coming up, so I'm not going to accelerate too hard. Whoop, bit of a loading lag there. Probably pulling in a bunch of scenery for that town up ahead. Can't avoid it all, even with my new capture setup, sadly. This is one of the main stations on the route. This is where the old London Underground cars are serviced and stored overnight when the trains aren't running. You can see just look at the lovely detail over there on the shed. There's a little perma-equip carrier over there too. Let's go ahead and stop. There we go. Suppression brakes. And passengers. Yeah, there's a little perma-equip carrier over there, one train that's not in use, a couple cars on that one. Got that lovely shed there, and then of course you've got the road going overhead. Even some traffic on there. Looks like they might have even updated the kind of cars that this uses since the old version of this. Wow, that's a lot of rain. Also, I haven't seen any creepy people walking off the platforms today. Haven't seen too many people on the platforms, period, but that's an improvement. This is not a terribly busy line, especially this time in the morning. Got a yellow here, so we're going to be kind of cautious as we move into this next zone. I'm not sure if it's going to throw a red signal at me on this scenario. I thought this was going to be a nice straightforward one, but hey, you never know. I am happy to be proven wrong if this happens to be a more interesting scenario than I gave it credit for at first. Nice lighting here. I'm keeping a lookout for some of the minor details that got updated on this route. Certainly the rails look better. The sound effects are, I think, pretty much the same. Everything inside the cab seems to be a tiny bit sharper. Might just be because I'm playing it on the new engine finally. I don't think I've ever actually loaded this route with the Train Simulator X graphics engine. This is the first time. Oh, how am I speeding? Oh. Here's one of the little things that they said they updated. There used to be a little gap where you could see through the world here. And I do not see that at all. I also don't see my headlight at all. Interesting. Alright, let's, F4? So, good headlight there. Really good headlight there. Okay, it makes a tiny difference, but not much of one. Not much at all. Guess I can probably turn the windshield wiper off while I'm inside the tunnel, huh? And still no gap where you can see through the world. Very nicely fixed. That's one of the dumbest things you'd have to worry about in a game, but it managed to hang in there as a bug in this route for the longest time. Come on. Come on. Nice steep little slope here climbing out of the tunnel. The train is having trouble getting up to the platform here. No step between emergency and graduated self-lap there. Oops. So this is the pier at the end of the route. You just literally drive out onto this pier and ride and all the way out to the end of it, and there's a rail station there. It's apparently very heavily reinforced so that you can drive a train on it, but I'd still be pretty nervous if this was real life. That's for sure. We're gonna stay third person for this bit here just because it looks so darn cool. And yes, that is a road on our left. If you don't want to take the train out to the end of the pier, you can always take your car. And the scourge of British people everywhere, camper vans. Okay, so that model hasn't received any updates, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. Such a lovely little route, isn't it? Let's just get a little bit on the brakes here to bring us under 15 before we coast into the station. And we get the covered platform, which is of course the one you want. You don't want to be on the one where your passengers are standing out in the rain, because then you just wind up with a really, really smelly train, you know. Okay, that guy's a little creepy looking. You definitely want to make sure you stop before you hit the end of the tracks. Alright, creepy people, load up. Ah, there we go. Free control. Oh, I apparently missed a passenger stop. I don't know which one I missed. Oops. Alright, well, I guess this is a train sim failure. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do decide to get this route and try this scenario, don't do what I did. I don't know what I did, but don't do it. Definitely do not do it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Have a great day. Improper horn use 33 times! Oops.